Exciting news across from our friends at Manscaped. Just launched their 4th generation performance package. This ultimate package includes the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, the 4.0. Manscaped, the leaders in male grooming, have done it again to make your grooming game next level. Join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with the new performance package 4.0 by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code SLOB20. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code SLOB20. Let me tell you guys real quick before we start this episode. Shout out to Manscaped for giving me a chance with this and sending me things. Like it's really cool when you've gotten to the point where like companies are like, yo, like we like what you're doing. Hit us up and we'll send you some stuff. Share it and get people to buy it. I like that. That's cool. Use me. I'm used to getting used in life, so why not use me, Manscaped? Let's go, baby. I'm gonna get a Manscaped tattoo across my forehead. But no, honestly, guys, Manscaped is legit. I love it. I'm very glad that they were one of my first sponsors as far as like sending me product and stuff. Just for the fact that like I feel like I manifested it. I always talked about how I always said Manscaped was a company I wanted, not like I want like someone that does like trimmers and grooming and stuff, specifically Manscaped. So thank you, Manscaped. But no, they're awesome. I use their products literally every day. I use the chapstick. I keep it right here because I lose these all the time. So I keep it in here. That way I know where it's at. Love the chapstick. I'm a big chapstick guy for some reason. My juicy ass lips, the ones up here, they tend to get very chapped and dry recently. I don't know why. Maybe because of weather. I don't know. But I got the lip balm. They have the ball wipes, which I use. Those are a nice little refresher to get those in there. Maybe you're on a hot date, pull them out of your back pocket. They're very slim, very sleek. Pull them out of your back pocket. Rub one out as far as like rub out all the dirty stuff in your balls and stuff. Clean it up down there. You never know what's gonna happen that night. We got the Lawnmower 4.0, which is obviously my favorite, the main thing that everyone should have before they get anything else. I use it to trim my facial hair. It has different clips on it. I can do different sizes. That way I can just make everything even. I ain't no barber. I ain't certified or nothing. But when I get that 4.0 in my hand, I fucking feel like I'm just slicing and dicing all the hairs that get out in the way. I got the weed whacker. That shit, it's perfect because I had been wanting one for so long. For some reason, I don't know if my hairs are aging faster than I am, but my nose hairs would stick out and it'd be very annoying. I'd see them, and I know people when they talk to me, they probably see them, but they were too nice. They didn't want to tell me anything. So I just had these hairs sticking out of my nose like a fucking old fuck. And but I got this weed whacker. Get in there. Excuse me. Sorry. And get up in there, clean all the hairs out. You could breathe better. I would say it helps me with my cardio. I can breathe a lot fresher. Less boogers tend to be up in there, so that's always nice, And there's so many more products out there. There's shampoo. There's body wash. They just came out with new items. Go check them out. But like I said, guys, Manscaped, thank you guys once again for sponsoring the show. Once again, all you guys, if you're listening, go to Manscaped. Get 20% off plus free shipping. Use the code SLOB20. It's SLOB20. You'll get 20% off anything in online and ships to you for free. So you're welcome. The more you guys use it, the more I continue to stay with Manscaped. So when you guys help me, it helps me help Manscaped. So help me help Manscaped, and Manscaped helps me help you guys have fresh balls and no hair in your nose, and your lips stay juicy all the time and they don't dry out. So once again, that's 20% off plus free shipping with code SLOB20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code SLOB20 at manscaped.com. Your balls have been through enough this past year. I've been through enough this past few hours because work and just traffic. So much shit is going on. But you know what? As soon as I got home, I was like, I got fucking Manscaped. If my balls itch, shave them up. If my facial hair is out of whack, trim it up, all that stuff. This year, at least treat your balls right. Treat them with the best tools for the job with Manscaped. Once again, it's 20% off plus free shipping at manscaped.com. Use promo code SLOB20. And thank you, guys. Thank you, Manscaped. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my podcast. This is welcome to episode 50 something of Solving the Pod. Um, Once again, it's just me. I don't know why I announce that every time. You guys, if you're listening, I get it, but if you're watching, you fucking obviously get it. But it's just me. I'm just, I know I haven't posted in a while, and I'm very sorry. It's been about 2 weeks almost, which is very shitty of me, very not good of me. And you know what? I'm just gonna be straight up honest with you. Like, life's been going pretty good. Haven't had too many complaints. Little things here and there, very basic. Traffic, work, relationship, family, shit like that. Very basic. But other than that, everything's going pretty well. But it just mentally, and I'm not even saying like my mental is all fucked up because I feel great. I feel great and I think great and everything. It's just honestly, I just haven't had the something about me was just like I just don't feel like getting in front of the camera and talking. Not even like if I was to bring a guest on, like I don't want to bring a guest on and just give it like a half-ass show where I'm just like, yeah, like because I have to do this. Like I just was like, I needed a break, and I know it's like, and I get it now. Like it's like it's all you're doing is you have fun, and it is very fun. I love doing this, but it's just my attitude at the time was just not there for me. And I just didn't want to bring out negative energy. I mean, I complain about things. That's negative energy. But I'm saying like as far as like the way I felt, I didn't want that to project into this podcast. And so actually, I filmed the whole episode, and literally, sorry, I'm just checking the time right now. And literally, all of it was just kind of pointless because I would just go through every topic that I wanted to. But in between then, I was just like, okay, what now? Like I was just not there mentally, and oh shit. See, here we go. If it's not me that isn't prepared, it's the equipment. But yeah, so son of a bitch. So I apologize, but I do appreciate every single one of you that have messaged me and was like, "Yo, when's the next episode? Everything good?" Like all that stuff. I appreciate that. And I was just lying to you guys saying, yeah, I just filmed one. And I did film one, but I had no intentions of even ever putting it out just because it just didn't fit right. Goddamn fuck this fucking mic. Hold on. I kind of want to hold it, but I don't. But yeah, so I just, like I said, I apologize for the delay, but here you go. Here's this one. So right away, I just have something to say. So like yesterday, right? So I go to work. When I go to work, I cross these train tracks, right? The road I take, and I have to go over these fucking train tracks. So as you can see where I'm going with this, I got caught behind this fucking train. And what's worse is it sucks when you're going to work and you get caught on this train and it makes you late. Like that really fucking sucks. But it's another thing when you're off work and all you want to do is get home and fucking get naked and just kick your boots off and just feel like free and just like everything that happened at work, you leave it at work and you just come home to like a fresh new start of your day. And I was just and like yesterday was just not a good day for me as far as just like work was cool, just once again, like just me, I just had like this, I was in this funk where I was just like, everything was annoying to me. Everything was like, I was just so aggressive. Like everything was frustrating me and I didn't know why. And I still don't know why. They literally just come and go. Like literally maybe I'm bipolar, maybe I need to go to I need to go to Antarctica or the fucking, wherever it snows a lot because I think I'm bipolar, I one minute I'm like very frustrated and like the littlest things I almost broke. I don't know how, but I almost broke a hammer just because I was just so frustrated because I kept missing the fucking nail and I almost smashed my thumb. Actually, I got my thumb a little bit on this one, but I was just getting so mad. And so that all happened. Everything at work was great. It's just me was just all fucked. So I'm driving home and, as I'm driving along the same road that I see the train tracks to the left of me, right? And I see one train that's already going, and I can see from about a good half mile out, I see like the cars of the road that are going to go over those train tracks, and it's a long ass line, and this has happened more than once. Doesn't happen often, but it's happened a few times. And I see the long line. I'm like, fucking a train. But it was going fast. Most of the time, they like barely creeping by for some reason. I don't know if they ran someone over on the tracks. Something happened. I don't know what the fuck happened. But normally they're going very slow. This one was going fast. I'm like, cool, it's a long train, but it'll go by quick. I'll wait in line. So I'm waiting. And I didn't see this, but on the other side of that train, there's like 2 sets of tracks. So on the other side of this fucking train is another train that's going like, not slow, but not very fast like the other one was. And I was like, it'll be fine. It's probably almost done. And the last 2 carts of this fucking train literally stopped. The other train zooms by. Everything's good. That one's done. We have one more left. And there's 2 fucking carts left. And they just stop, completely dead stop. Not like barely rolling, like just come to a complete stop. And I'm telling you, if I was in a car. I was in our car. But if I had the Jeep, I would have fucking went into the dirt, went over those fucking tracks behind the train, and then went home. Like no fucking big problem. But I couldn't do that. And this train wasn't moving anytime soon. Like it literally was. It must have been going as fast enough to like slow down to wherever it was gonna stop, to a halt, to a complete stop. Excuse me. That fucking son of a bitch. This fucking mic. I swear, if this mic does it one more time, I'm gonna lose my shit. Sorry. Hold on. So the train stops. So I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And I know my dad worked for the railroad, so I know when that shit stops, it's gonna be a while because it takes a while for it to pick back up and get the momentum. Whatever the issue is, obviously they went to a complete stop, so it must have been a big problem. So it was gonna be there for a while. So I was like, well, there's another road about a good mile, 2 down the road that also crosses a train track. So I was like, I could either get out of the line and go to that one. And then I risk the fact that this one, these little 2 carts, these 2 last carts that just need to pass by, I just wait longer and I'll probably go through and I'll go home. I'll be on my happy ass way. But I was like, or I could beat it and get to the next one before that happens. So I was probably in line waiting for this dumbass train for like 20 minutes, almost 30. It was a long time. It took me a 20-minute drive from work to home. This time took me almost like an hour. Not even like, not being dramatic. I almost timed. I looked at time. I was like, holy fuck! I got off work like at 4. Almost got home like at 4:50 or 5, almost 5. And so I go to the next place where the train tracks are, where the other road that cuts through, so I can get on the other side to where my house is. And that side's fine. There was the train that was going fast. That one was still kind of passing through, but I saw it was good. There was the other train wasn't long enough to cover both tracks, both roadways. So I was like, okay, I'm good. I just gotta let this one go. So it went. I keep going down the road. At the end of the road, you either go left or right. You can't go straight because if you go straight, there's a fence and there's the freeway. So you either go left or right. I had to go left. If I go left, then I'm almost home. If I go right, I gotta go out of my way a good 10 minutes and then loop around for no fucking reason. I get to this stop sign. I can't go left because they're doing construction on the left side of that fucking road. So then I can't go left. So I got to make a right and go all the way around just to get home. And like I feel like life just picks on me. Like life to me, not everyone else. Life for me is just a big prank or a big joke or just like life just throws random shit at me just to see how I'm going to react. I think they know I'm dramatic and I break out in these tantrums. All to myself. I'll never do it in person. Probably I'll do it in front of my girl because she's used to it by now. People that are used to it, but like other people, like close friends, even close friends, I'm just like, I'm good. It's all good. It's not a big deal. I've been working all day. I'm sweating. I'm fucking my back of my back is itchy because I got dirt and shit back there that I need to go shower or whatever. It's no big deal. I don't fucking care. Like, I'll wait all day. I'll wait all day on this fucking train. But no, life just knows I have these tantrums, and I think that they're trying to like just life is bored with the rest of the world, or they have so much fucked up shit in the world they just laugh at my life. I don't know, but it was really pissing me off, and I was like, what the fuck? And then like even once I got home, I still kept like just thinking about that fucking train and like how if you know what I kept thinking about is like if the first place where I was stopped at, if that train ever passed by, as soon as I crossed, I feel like that train started moving and everyone just went. So I was like, did I do something I shouldn't have? Should I just stayed there? Excuse me, I'm sorry. And so it was just a bunch of bullshit. Oh, this fucking mic is done. I'm done. Suck my fucking cock, this mic. I'm gonna hold you because I pay this money for this mic stand and it's a piece of shit. It's all good though, because I like holding the mic. You know why? Because recently I just did my first I just did my first stand-up comedy. I did my first session of stand-up comedy. I got I'll tell you all about it right now. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys probably have like this like phobia or not phobia. What the fuck is it called? Like this problem with people that chew or drink on the mic. I don't give a fuck, all right? You listen to Slob on the Pod. It says it in the name. I'm a fucking slob. I drink, I smoke, I blow into the mic. I don't give a fuck. I'll breathe on it. Good thing this mic's on. I'll breathe into this fucking thing. I'll chew, I'll smack. I'll do whatever I want because it's my fucking podcast. Anyways. There you go. Anyways, so yeah, I did my fucking first time ever I did stand-up comedy. And let me tell you guys, you guys obviously watched last episode, and I told you this was all my feelings before I went up, and I'm glad I'm doing this now because now I can really, I've thought about it, I've seen my act, I've seen, I've heard everyone's input, output, whatever the fuck you want to say, and let me just tell you, man, like first and foremost, I just want to say thank you to every single one of you that messaged me, called me, texted me, saw me in person, and especially you guys that came out and saw me that night. Like there was a lot of people that were like, I'm gonna go, and a lot of you guys did, a lot of you guys didn't, and like I said, I'm just glad you guys acknowledged the fact that you guys understood how much this meant to me. I could tell. The comments, the messages, telling me, you're gonna do good. So many of you guys realized how much this meant to me. And so normally I don't like to share shit like that. Like shit that matters to me, I don't like to share it because I could really care less what anyone thinks. But this to me was very personal, and this was like, no, this was my personal Instagram is literally all about me. Like I post things because those are things I'm happy about. Those are things I'm proud or I'm excited to show off. And so this was definitely something I was very proud and very excited to show off. And so many people, so many likes, so many comments, which don't matter, but at the same time it does, because especially something like this where I've been talking about it. We talked about it last episode. I was on my goals list. It was a goal of mine to just not to be like, I put become a stand-up comedian, but I meant to perform stand-up. And it was just so dope, man. Like as I said in the last episode, this was like a time where I was on a roller coaster that I was scared to get on, and at the time, at the highest point of this fucking roller coaster, when I was strapped in, I couldn't jump out, I couldn't hit no pause button, I couldn't be like, hey, get me out of here. Like that's how I felt doing stand-up. Like once I got there and I checked in, and they're like, all right, cool, you're gonna be number 7 to go on. Be ready when you call your name. I was like, holy shit, like I'm doing this, like I'm here, people know about this, people are here for me, people are only out tonight and people are drinking because of me. I could be wrong, they probably were out and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, Jordan's doing stand-up, let's go fucking see him. But I took it as a lot of you guys came out just to see me, and so I was like, this is it. Like there's no backing out, there's nothing I can do, nothing I can say. Literally, even if someone close to me passed away, I'd be like, all right, well, I got to do my set real quick, and then I'll go give my condolences, or I'll go see what's up. Like, it was that serious to me. So yeah, once again, thank you guys, everyone that came out, everyone that commented, everyone that messaged me. Even if you said you were coming and you didn't, dude, I don't care. Like, just the fact that you acknowledged my dream of what I was about to do. Like, and a lot of you guys, it was cool because a lot of you guys realized, like, what I was about to do was something that was, like, out of my comfort zone as far as like getting up on stage, and that's the thing about stand-up that I realized was you go up there, and the whole point of you being up there and talking and having a voice is specifically to make people laugh. So everything you say, everything you do is meant to make people laugh. It's different when you're, with your friends, or, when you're in a crowd of people and you can randomly just like say funny shit or like have a funny story. And because it's not, you can say a funny story, but to you it's funny, but to everyone else they'll be like, oh, that's a good story. It wasn't funny, but it was a good story. And so it's like, that's cool because I didn't mean for it to be funny. It was funny to me, but I was just wanting to tell you my story. And if you laughed, cool. If you didn't, that's also cool. I just wanted to put my point out there. Excuse me. So then I was like, damn, this is crazy. Like, I'm up here almost not forcing, but like I'm trying to make people laugh. Like, that's the whole point of everything I say, every joke I say, every story is there's a point to it. And literally, so the thing started at 8. I got there like at 7:55. I was already late, and I wasn't late because I just missed time. I was just so nervous, and so like I was getting ready, and I was like, is this right? Is this right? I was writing down my notes of my jokes I was going to do in case I forgot. On the way there, like it was like I was going into a fight or like a football game or something. Like I had just pump up, I like my music playing that was getting me hype just so I could get on stage. So like I was late, get there, sign in. They tell me when I'm going up, and so then the show just starts. And from the time that I got there to about the time I went on stage and performed, it was probably about an hour. I'm going to say about an hour, maybe 40, 45 minutes, but probably an hour. And in that hour, it felt like the longest hour. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. And it sucks to say this because it's something I've always wanted to do, but a part of me was kind of like, I hope something happens to where I don't have to go on stage, and then I could just blame, the venue or the place I'm performing at. That's why I didn't go up, just because like I was like, I can't, like, I just couldn't believe I was doing this. It was one thing to tell people, it was another, to email the guy, sign up. And once I got the confirmation email, like they're like, yo, okay, like cool, we got you on a slot. You're going to do 3 minutes, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't until I got there, signed in, I was like, I'm doing this. Like, this is it. Like, there's no turning back. I'm fucking jumping off this cliff, and we'll just see what happens. And so I was that, like I said, that was like the longest hour ever. And there were so many times, as soon as I got there, obviously my parents were already there. Fucking number one supporters. They were front row, literally front row. Like, if I would have fell off the stage, I would have fell onto their table, like that front row. And so I get there, and obviously I see my parents. First thing my dad does, you need a beer? I'm like, yes, please. I need a beer. I need to calm my nerves. And I already drank a beer on the way over there, at home, like pre-gaming sort of. Just literally not to get buzzed, not to get drunk, not to have a good time, just to ease my nerves. Like, I knew once I was getting a little buzz on my side, I could be like, all right, fuck it. Like, a lot of us, we need some type of alcohol encouragement. And it sucks to admit it, but we do. A lot of us want to be like, no, I naturally just do. No, we need a little bit of alcohol on our side to get us through those things that we're like, I would never fucking do that. And so I had a beer, and then, and so many people were coming up to me like, oh yeah, like, hey man, I can't believe you're doing this. People just surprising me like, oh shit. I was giving them, hugs, saying thank you for coming out, and no disrespect, but like a lot of you guys come up to me, and literally all I wanted to do was be alone, just because it was my first time. So much shit was going through my mind. One, seeing you guys didn't really help, just for the fact I was like, oh fuck, like people I know close are here. And then on top of that, I was like, and then I got to perform, and it's my first time. Am I going to be funny? Let alone, are the people that are here for me, are they going to laugh? If they laugh, is it just to be nice? Because I always think that anytime anyone does anything, anytime anyone says anything nice to me, like, oh man, look, you did great, like, or you're going to do great, or, you're fucking funny, dude. Like, I just always assume they're being nice to me. And, so I got a lot of that. And I was just like, okay, like, and I just wanted to be alone. So a few times I literally took a piss like 3 times in a span of like 20 minutes, just because I was so nervous. Like, and then I came out, and I'd see more people, and I think I had 3 beers and a shot. So 2 people bought me a beer. One guy was like, dude, you want a beer? I was like, honestly, dude, like I can't. Like, as much as I would love to get a free beer from you, I seriously need to stay focused and sharp. Like, I knew where I was at. I was at a good buzz where I was like, fuck this. Like, fuck, I got to do it. Like, look at that guy on stage. I could do that, you know? I was at that point. But he was like, you want a shot? And I was like, a shot. A shot. Oh, it's a nice little cherry on top. And so took a shot. Said thank you. Went back to the restroom, and then outside the restroom there's a little hallway with a little light over it, and I literally just stood in that hallway, which I look like a creep, but it's the guy in the girls' restroom. Oh, by the way, this venue was at a Red Moon Ale House here in downtown Yuma. So shout out Red Moon Ale House for putting this on. And shout out to the guy, Felipe. Hold on. I want to say it's Felipe Osuna. But that name just sounds too sexy to be real. But let me double check. Oh, of course, right? You know, everyone. Okay. Yeah, I was right. Felipe Osuna. Shout out to him from Bandito Records AZ. Follow him on Instagram. This is where you get, I'm guessing, your updates of whenever these next shows are. He does this quite a bit, so shout out to him. We've been talking, which is super cool. I'll get to that later. But yeah, so anyways, we're at Red Moon Ale House, and so I'm if you guys have been there, you know, there's the men's and the girls' restroom, and there's that little hallway where you can wait to go in. And I was there, and I looked like a creep, you know, girls coming out like, what the fuck's this guy is still doing out here, you know, and guys walking by like, you fucking weirdo. And so I was there, but I was literally just there to get away from everyone, to be alone. I didn't want to go outside. I just was able to go to the restroom and just kind of hide in that corner without anyone seeing me. So I pulled out my notes, was literally just reading them through, skimming them over, being like, okay, I'm going to talk about this joke, or I'm going to say this word, remember, focus on this point, all this shit. And I was doing that for a while, and then after a while, I was like, you know what, I'm fuck this, I'm ready. So I went back out, and I'm chilling, and we're all just sitting in the crowd. I'm watching all the rest of the acts, and once again, it was comedy, music, and poetry. So it wasn't just specifically comedy, stand-up. It was a little bit of everything, which was nice. I really liked it. I mean, the performers, shout out to these fucking guys. I wish I would have got all their names, but dude, they were all dope. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm not saying perform, like, music-wise, like a band or a group or a rapper. Like, I'm not saying it's easy, but they make it look so fucking easy. Like, they get up there and they've rehearsed, they've sang this shit, they've played it so many times that they get up there and it's like, it just comes natural to them. So shout out to those guys, man. They were fucking dope. They definitely hyped me up. I don't know if it was their first time. I don't know if they've done this a million times before. I don't know what, but they just looked so good up there. And I was like, you know what? I just assumed everyone was their first time. And so I was like, fuck it. If they can do it, I can do it. And there was the other comedian had came up before me, and I didn't really watch his set just for the fact that when he came on, it was around the time when I was hiding away, but I did hear him come on, and I just didn't want to get it into my head like, okay, man, this guy's way better than me, or this guy made so many people laugh, like I got to do, I just didn't want to do that. And it might be bad of me, it might be selfish of me, I might be a shitty person, I might not be like a team player, but for my first time, that's just what I had to do. And so shout out to all of them, man. They were dope. There was this one dude he was a rapper. There was two of them, actually. There was one dude with long hair, and dude went off, man. All my solo, they just had a beat, and he was just rapping. That was dope. And there's another guy at the end, had like a few songs. He was dope, man. Like, shout out to all those guys. But so then a time came. I'm sitting down. It's me and my girl, her brother, some of our friends. We're all sitting back there. I'm just enjoying it. And everyone keeps asking me, are you next? I'm like, I don't know, man. They said 7. I don't know what number we're at. I lost track. They never said, like, number, whatever. They just kind of announced the names. And right before this one guy finishes, I guess you would say, like, the MC came up to me, and he was like, hey, man, like, what's your name again? Like, you're going to do stand-up, right? I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, man, well, all right, cool. Like, and I was like, all right. And so, literally, from that time, he just walked upstairs. The guy finished the song. He was like, all right, put your guys' hands together for our next stand, or our next act. We have a comedy, or we have a fucking stand-up comedian, whatever. And as soon as I run up, he, like kind of, like, fingers towards me, like, come on. And I run up the stairs, and he passed, and right when I passed him, he's like, what's your name again? And I was like, Jordan Atondo. And he's like, all right, cool. And he's like, give it up for Jordan Atondo. And I like walk on stage. And honestly, from the time I walked upstairs, once I said that to him and went to the mic, it was weird because I had never done this before. It was my first time, but getting up there on stage and even just seeing the mic on the stand and seeing everyone in the crowd and all the lights, I was just kind of like I don't know how to put, like, not like I felt like I was at home. Like, it felt comfortable to me. Like, I was like, this is where I belong. This is where I need to be, in front of a mic, in front of people. I need my voice to be heard without being interrupted. Stuff like that. I don't know. That might be very into myself. What's the word? I love the word too. I can't remember the name. What's the fucking word? I don't know. I can't think of it right now. But I was just like, this is it. I'm doing it. Like, this is where I belong. And so as soon as I get on stage, the first thing I do is like, I see the mic. It's obviously placed on the stand, like the pole. And I was just like, I like leaned in. I was like, is it cool if I take this off? And he was like, yeah, go for it. And then I just kind of pulled it off. I was like, I'm gonna do it anyways. Just kind of like to be cocky, but also just kind of be like funny. Just like, I was gonna do it anyways, even if you said no. And I just pulled the mic off. And once I had the mic in my hand, just like I do right now, I was in charge. I was like, oh, this is my thing. This is what I do. I get in front of people, publicly. This is public, as far as the camera goes and what I put it out to of everyone. But I just grabbed the mic and I was like, this is it. Like, I'm in my zone. And once I grabbed it, I just kind of went off from there. And everything that I thought about and everything that I planned and everything that I rehearsed was all there from the beginning. I had a moment where I kind of was starting to I was just there was so much shit going on in my head at the time. I was like, okay, I got to remember my jokes. I got to remember the punchlines. I got to remember the funny parts. I got to remember this and that. And at the same time, I was like, fuck, like I'm looking into the crowd and I just see so many spots of my family, my friends, and I see random people in the back. And it's weird because when I was there for the other acts, I noticed a lot of people were just kind of like, they were listening, but then they would talk. They would have their own conversations. They were, oh, that's cool. And then just go back to their own thing. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, it's just going to be like that. But when it's music, it's different because you can continue your conversation. You can continue eating, whatever you're doing without really paying attention because you just hear the music and you're good. But when you go to do stand-up and you go to tell a story or you go to talk, there's no music. All they're hearing is a voice, so they want to see whose voice is this? Where's this coming from? Who's saying it? What does he look like? What are the facial expressions making? So I started looking around the room more, and I was just like, holy fuck, like these random people. I was like, I don't know that old person over there. I don't know that girl. I don't know that guy. Like, I just kept looking around, and I was like, oh man, like it's not just my friends and family looking at me. It's like quite a bit of people, which I was very, very excited about just for the fact that it was, oh cool, like other people are interested. But also, that was kind of fucking up my mindset and the flow of what everything I was thinking because I was trying to think of my joke. And then I was thinking about the people in the crowd. I was thinking about, holy fuck, I'm on a stage. I have a mic in my hand. This was a put on thing. People bought drinks and food to come here to enjoy something like this, to see someone make a fool of themselves. And so much shit was going through my mind. And I kept looking around. I was like, damn, these lights are bright. And it's stupid shit, is anyone taking pictures of me? And anyone recording this? And so it kept I was fighting that with the other side of my brain that was trying to remember the jokes and stuff. So at one point, obviously, I forgot. And so then I had my notes in my pocket. And I remembered I had my notes in my pocket. But from shuffling around so much and bringing them in, or taking them out and putting them back in, from looking them in the hallway like a fucking creeper, I put them in a different pocket that I didn't remember. And so I had a good, I want to say 10 seconds where I didn't say anything because I was just like, oh fuck, where are my note cards? And so at 10 seconds go by and I'm like, all right, I got to say something because it's obviously quiet. And I was like, and so I just said, fuck it. I was like, I'm sorry guys. Like I'm trying to look for my notes. Bear with me. It's my first time. And everyone just started cheering, the Felipe fucking started, hey, let's give this guy a round of applause. And everyone starts going crazy. So I'm like, all right, cool. I got this. Found my notes. Saw the point I was at. Excuse me, goddamn. Saw the point I was at in my joke, and I was like, all right, cool. I found a point. I need to continue from here. And I just kept going. And so if I didn't say this in the beginning, when they first said that I was on the list, they were like, okay, we're giving each stand up at least 3 minutes. And so that was that. So for a lot of you guys, 3 minutes doesn't sound like a lot of time. It sounds like, holy fuck, 3 minutes, that's it? Like, how'd you even come up with anything? But when you're up there, man, like when you're nervous, you start talking faster, things speed up. The parts where you expect people to laugh, they don't. So that kind of cuts into the time. It's like, okay, I got to go on to the next thing right away. I can't take a good few seconds to let them laugh and then continue into it. So that was a lot of things. And it was my first time. So I was like, this is notes for next time of things I got to remember. Like, this may not be funny. And if it's not, how can you fill in? How can you continue this without, either shortening your time or going past it? So obviously I was nervous, sped up, slowed down. There's times it wasn't a big stage, but I've seen a lot of stand up professionally, locally, all that stuff. So I've seen people like to use the stage, like to walk back and forth, really get a view of everything. Kind of that way, you're not just everyone's just mainly focused on one spot. They're kind of just following you around. Not enough to where they're fucking going crazy. Like, God damn, this guy needs to sit down. He's all over the place. But like, I was just kind of trying to walk back and forth, kill some time. Not so much kill time, but just give it a moment to really like let the joke settle in, let myself gather my thoughts. And so I did my time. I did my jokes that I planned. Everything that was on my note cards, I hit it. Wasn't the best. It wasn't the best deliveries. It wasn't, I stuttered. I was like, and then we were sleeping, and then someone broke it. Like, I just did a bunch of that, and so I didn't feel like I was at 3 minutes. And actually, before I went on, I didn't say this, but before I went on, the MC had told me like, "Yo, like I know we told you 3 minutes, but if you're filling the crowd and the crowd's filling you, and you're getting a few laughs, go a little bit longer." So I was like, "All right, cool." Come to find out, after watching my set from my boy Andy Conchola, shout out to Andy Conchola, thank you Andy for recording my whole set, and a lot of other people. I don't know who was recording, but I know people were recording. But Andy sent me the whole set, and I did 8 minutes and some seconds, so I went a little over 3 minutes, and which I expect. I didn't think I was gonna be too short. I was worried that I was gonna go overtime, and a lot of you guys are thinking like, it's not a big deal if you went over, like that's cool, but it's not, because when it's a set time of, from this time to this time is when the bar is going to do these performances, you're kind of cutting into other people's time, performance time, and all that shit. So I was really thinking about them as well. And I was like, I'm a piece of shit. Like, I cut into the next guy's act. He probably has to hurry up now. He probably can't sing some songs, or this guy can't do a joke, whatever it was. And, but no, everything was good though. It was enough performers to fill the night, and then not enough to where it was like, yo, you got to do exactly 3 minutes and get the fuck off so we can get the next person on, so we get everyone in. Like, it wasn't like that. So I did a good 8 minutes. Actually, around like the 8-minute mark, I happened to look over and glance over, and the guy, the MC, was right there on the stairs. Like, all right, man. Like, he kind of whispered to me. He's like, all right, man. Like, you've hit past your time. Like, you can wrap it up soon. And I was like, all right, cool. So I had just finished saying a joke that I thought was supposed to be funny, and not too many people laughed. So I was like, I can't end it here. So I continued. I freestyled for a good minute or two, got a good little giggle laugh, and I was like, that's good enough for me. And that was my time. And I just said thank you to everyone, put the mic back on, and just walked off. And man, it was such an amazing feeling. Walking off stage, I felt like I just hit a home run. I felt like I just shot the game-winning point at a basketball game. I just fucking scored the touchdown to win the Super Bowl. Like, it was just such an amazing feeling. As soon as I get off, I see everyone. My parents get up, they give me a hug. My girlfriend gives me a kiss. All my friends, they come up to me, and they're just, right away, how'd you feel? So many questions. And at that moment, I was like, you could ask me whatever the fuck you want. You could buy me whatever beer you want. Like, I'm good, man. Like, I did what I got to do, and like, hit me up. Like, I'm ready. Like, just fucking come at me with whatever you got. And man, it was such an amazing feeling. And I'm not gonna lie, when I first got off, I was very relieved. I was like, I did it. It was like, I would always get nervous in high school for football games. And I remember when I played varsity, obviously the JV kids would play before, and then, the game after would be the varsity game on Friday nights. And I remember being on varsity stretching and getting ready to go out for our game and seeing the JV game ending and being like, man, those guys are so fucking lucky. Like they just with either win or loss, like they're done. Like they could just go get into comfy clothes and chill with the girl and not worry about the game or nothing. Like they have no stress, no worries. They could just chill now. And that's how I felt. Like once I got down, I was like, I'm good. Like I did my set. I did the best I could for my first time. You know, people liked it. You know, I got laughs. You know, and but yeah, as soon as I got off, I was very relieved. I was like, I did it. But the part I loved the most was not 1 inch or millimeter of my body was like, you did it, you got it out the way, you don't have to do it ever again. Like, no, like literally as soon as I got off stage, was like, thank God I did it. And I just couldn't wait for the next time to do it again. Like, I'm serious. Like, I was like, and I had this huge adrenaline rush going over me. Like, I was very jittery, very shaky. My lip, I feel like my bottom lip was quivering when I was just talking to people afterwards. And I obviously had to have a few more beers just to calm down, just to be like, all right, cool, like you did it. And so then, but yeah, so I as soon as I got off, I was like, man, I can't wait to do this again. And like I said last episode, this is a feeling I get. I don't know if any of you guys do, but in high school, I would do, you know, presentations in class, and I was always nervous, very, very nervous, very scared to get up in front of the class and just act or tell people about my presentation, whatever it was. I was very nervous. But the minute I got done, I just wanted to get back up there because I had already felt the feeling. I was like, okay, cool. Like, you got it out the way. No one really cared once you got off, you know, once you got down. No one really cared. So just go back up there and do it again. And this time you'll be better. You'll know what to expect. You'll know where you messed up, and you just do it again. And honestly, that's how I felt. As soon as I got off stage, said hi to everyone, said thank you for coming out, everything. And in the back of my mind, I was just like, I just want to get back on stage again. Literally, not even joking, we stayed the rest of the night there. This was Thursday night. I had to work the next day, but I didn't give a fuck. I was just so on cloud 9 at the time that as soon as we stayed till the end until all the acts were done, and I was low key like hoping that they were gonna have a little bit more time, and they were gonna be like, does anyone else want to come up just randomly? I was gonna go back up and just do another set of jokes that I had, and no, man, like I loved it. I'm telling you guys right now, like I don't think I've ever done anything that, I don't know. I've done a few things where I was like, man, I can't wait to do that again. But this was something that I wanted to do right away. I wanted to leave that place and go to another bar and do another set. I'm being dead honest with you guys. Like, it was just an amazing feeling, man. Like, it was one thing to get up on stage to do something that I myself, as much as you guys all know me, like, you know, I love to be the center of attention. I love to be the funny one in the room. It hurts my feelings whenever I hear someone say like, oh man, that guy's the funniest person I've ever met, and it's not me. It really hurts my feelings, low key. I'm not going to say anything, but you know, when you guys do it, you know, it kind of hurts. Because I would love to be the funniest person you've ever met. And so, it was something that I've always wanted to do, but I was very scared to do, and it was just an amazing feeling, man. Like, I don't know. And especially, like, if you guys have been listening, you guys know this has been a dream, a passion of mine. And for the longest time, it's been frustrating me that I always say, like, I want to do stand-up. I want to go perform. And my excuse was always, I got to go to Phoenix. I got to travel. I got to find a time when I'm not working, all this stuff. I got to have money, all this bullshit. And so once this opportunity came up where it was locally, literally like a good 5-10 minutes from my house, I was like, why wouldn't I do this? Like, this is all I've been waiting for. What more excuses do I have? None. Just fucking do it, pussy. Like, this is me talking to myself in the mirror. And so the fact that I was proud of myself for once, man, it's sad to say, but for once in my entire life, I was very proud of myself. Like, I was content. I wasn't even content. I was happy with myself. I was like, dude, you fucking did it. Like, I went to the restroom, I took a piss, and the whole time I'm like, I did it. I fucking did it. I was so happy and proud of myself. Like, literally, No, I'm not saying, once again, I love every single one of you that came out and saw me. I saw everyone that messaged me. But literally, if no one messaged me and no one came out, just the fact that I went up there on stage in front of complete strangers was very fucking like, I was like, bro, you fucking did it. Like, no one's going to take this away from you. And so, yeah, man, it was such an amazing feeling. And like I said, it's something I would love to do literally every week. Actually, so little side note, I've been talking to Felipe, and he's the one that puts on these shows, and so I've been, and it's literally before I even got to my show or the show that I performed at, I was thinking like, man, I gotta figure out who this guy is. Like, what he was doing was what I had been wanting to do, because I was thinking like, there's people that find opportunities and there's people that make opportunities. And at this point, I was like, I can't complain about going here and there. Like, maybe I should just go to a local bar and just be like, hey, like, would you be down if I set up a stage and, once a week did this and, brought in customers and, and so I've been thinking about it, but I just didn't know how to go about it. I didn't even know who to talk to, nothing. And so when I found out about this guy putting on, I was like, man, I gotta get to know this guy. I gotta figure out, I gotta learn from him. And and it's cool because as soon as, the next day I found him on Instagram, added him, messaged him right away. I just pretty much told him like, dude, like, I appreciate you putting on this show. Like, you have no idea. It was so much fun. I really hope we do this again. I hope, this can be turned into something that's like once a week. And he messaged me back, and this guy is so cool, man. Like, we've been talking since then, and we just go back and forth. So if you guys don't know, March 17th this month, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, St. Patty's Day. Make sure you wear green or I'll piss on you. People say they'll pinch you, but I like to go a little bit more above and beyond, and I pee on people. So if you go to my show on March 7th, if you go to the show, I'm not going to say my show. Who the fuck am I? If you go to the show on March 17th at the Red Ale house in downtown Yuma, and you're not wearing green, I'm going to piss on you. But yeah, so March 17th is the next show. We've been talking, and he sent me the flyer, and he just messaged me back. He's like, so I'm assuming with everything you're saying that you're on for next month. And I was like, dude, fuck yeah. I was like, if this was today, I'd be on today. Like, it was so cool. And like, we've been talking, and he was saying how he wants to do, specifically just comedy night. But the night I performed, it was just me and another guy that performed stand up. Everyone else was music. There was like one girl that did poetry. Shout out to her. And, so yeah, so I was like, yeah, dude, like I was like, yo, why once a month? Why not once a week? And, I get it. There's things you got to work out. But for the meantime, yeah, so he hit me up and he was like, all right, man, like, this is March 17th. We're doing it again. And he was telling me, try to get a hold of people. So if you guys are listening, guys, girls, anyone that's ever wanted to do stand-up, whether like it's your dream or you just want to, like, maybe on your bucket list, just get up there and try to be funny, dude, hit me up. Or I'm going to be posting it on my Instagram. You'll email him and just tell him you want to sign up for comedy and do it, man. Because the more we get, the more he said we can turn it into, we can have specifically comedy nights. Just comedians standing up, going up there and trying to be funny. And obviously my goal is to turn this into a once a week thing. I mean, I'm being dead serious. I know it sounds crazy, especially being from such a small town where a lot of people aren't really... a lot of people, I'm telling you, the whole town would love to go to see, to a comedy club and see people be funny. But it's another thing to get performers. So we were talking. He was saying he has connections with like some people up in San Diego and Phoenix area, and in LA, and some maybe we can get some like bigger acts up as far as like closers. Maybe everyone gets 10 minutes. He gets, the closer gets 30 or some shit. That way people, they show up and they get to see people trying their material, and then also you get an actual show at the end from like a veteran comedian. So we've been doing that, and man, I'm telling you, it was like a one-time thing, but normally I do something for the first time, and I'm like, damn, I can't wait to do that again. Or I'm just like, the next time I do this is probably gonna be years from now. But this was something that I was like, man, dude, this is it. Like, I'm fucking set. I'm in. Like, I'm doing this. Like, I'm obviously I have a job, but like when this stand up comes around, like, I'm fucking doing it. And the more I get up on stage, the more I perform in front of people, the more I actually get jokes and full on sets down to where I can have a good set where I'm like, people are laughing, people get the jokes, everything's smooth. I don't have to pull up my note cards. Then I'll move, I'll drive to Phoenix and San Diego and really get up there and really test myself in front of just people like that are used to these high end performers and stuff. So, but I love this, man. Like it was such an amazing feeling. Ever since then, man, like that's all I've been thinking about. Like all I think about now is just random stuff that could be funny. Like stories I could turn a little, tweak them a little to make them funny. Like, and I have notes on my phone, like we talked about it. That's where I got my jokes from last week, or when I went last time, was from my notes. I went through all my notes and I was like, all right, these are 2 jokes that I think I could put together and make them a good 8 minutes. And yeah, man, like I'm throughout the day, I'm just constantly thinking about my next set. I listen to podcasts with a bunch of comedians and they're always talking about their stories. And I love hearing, how it is that they came about and stuff. And I just always, since then, I'm just constantly thinking about jokes. Every time it sucks. The only downside is that I can never enjoy like a public. I can't just go hang out with friends. You know why? Because I can't go out and hang out with friends because either before or when I get there, the whole time, all I'm thinking is, how can I make these people laugh? What can I say? What story do I have? What when they're talking about a topic, how can I chime in and make it funny? Like I always try to be that guy, and it sounds very like, God, I still can't think of the fucking word. What's it called? Oh man, I can't think of the word. You know what's funny is I can't think of the word right now, but I'm editing. The title is going to be the word. So whatever the title is, that's the word I've been thinking about this whole time. But yeah, I always think about, what's going to make people laugh, what's going to make them funny, the story I have, how can I make it funny? And that's just how since that night, like I've just been like that because I'm just ready for the next one. And last time I performed, I didn't do any, like I did planning as far as, okay, these are the jokes I'm going to say. I wrote them down, but as far as like my time limit, actually saying them out loud through the whole set that I'm going to do, I didn't do any of that. So this time I'm going to take a good week or 2 and really nail it down. Like my goal is to get up there and not use my note cards and just look more natural up there. Like I belong up there. That's my goal. But yeah, man, once again, I really appreciate every single one of you that messaged me, actually that came out to this show. I get so many people there was people that didn't even tell me they were coming and they showed up, and it was just so cool, man. Like people took time out of their day just to come see me, and man, it feels like it's an amazing feeling. And yeah, man, I really I've been wanting to do this episode. All these topics I've been talking about, there's something I've been wanting to talk about, but I just wasn't in the right mindset. I was all fucking negative Nancy. But now I'm like, today was a good day, and at work and life, everything's good. And so I was like, fuck, I'm gonna do it. I'm ready. And yeah, man, like that was about the time. That was a story about the time the first time I did stand up. A lot of you guys are now messaging me wanting to see like a lot of you guys that couldn't make it out want to see the video, and I have the video and I've watched it. But I think just post it. It's one thing for people to come out live and see it, and then to post it just in public, people just sitting, at home in their car to watch it. It's just, I'm like, fuck, everyone's going to see it at this point. It went from a good 20, 30 people to watching it to now however many people are going to watch it. So many people that didn't go that wish they could, and they were like, I want to, make sure you post a video. I want to see it. So I still got that. I'm going to post that on my YouTube. So go make sure you check out that. I'll probably post this episode and then I'll post that following right after. So make sure you guys go check that out. And once again, thank you guys for tuning into another episode of Slob on the Pod. Thank you, Manscaped. Thank you, every single one of you, for tuning in, for liking, commenting, subscribing, following me on Instagram, leaving a review on Apple Podcasts at the if you go to Apple Podcasts where Slob on the Pod is, where you guys listen to me. If you guys use Apple iPhone users, my boys, my girls, shout out to you. Go to the very bottom of my Apple Podcast page, and there's a little section you could write a comment. You could write a review. You liked it, you hated it. I wish you did this. I wish you didn't fucking talk. I wish you never were born. I wish you never even did a podcast. Whatever you want to fucking say, just throw it on there. Give me some stars. Do that shit. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys that showed up to the show. Thank you guys that messaged me. I'm just very grateful right now, man. Like, I'm at a good point in my life, and it feels good. It feels good to go to bed at night and not think about anything. Just think about how comfortable my bed and my pillow is, and how loving my dogs and my girl are in bed, and how they just want to cuddle with me and they just want to lick my face. Like, I'm in a good place, and I love it. I love it, and I love every single one of you, and I love this podcast. And I know I was down for a while, but I'm back, baby. I'm fucking back, baby. It's Stacks and Racks and Cash Your Money. Remember that? If you guys have been listening, you guys know Stacks and Racks and Cash Your Money. That's how it is. That's how it be. That's all I got for you guys. Once again, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Slob on the Pod. Like, comment, subscribe. Go on to YouTube. Go on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Follow me on Instagram at the Slob on the Pod. My personal is at Joe Natondo. And thank you guys, man. I'm out. I'm gonna do a mic drop. It's very piece of shitish of me, but I'm gonna do a mic drop. That hit my dick. I'm out.